MrBeast is genuinely one of the most evil people alive today. I mean that. So MrBeast is getting a bunch of hate. Now, why is MrBeast evil? What is the reason? How? Be specific. Nobody's saying the reason why. People who say incredibly hyperbolic shit like this and offer zero reasoning or explanation or low IQ, I will explain it because other people refuse to. The reason why they think he's evil is because he is using funds to help black people in Africa who...
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel. City boy! City boy! All right, we're going to check this out. I'm not sure where this is going exactly. I stopped it right before he dives into it. But MrBeast is raising all this money to get water wells in Africa. You know, and I see a lot of pushback. You know, the one time I noticed the pushback with MrBeast was when he helped people, I think, get cataracts removed from their eyes. Basically, you know, where someone is almost blind. They helped get the surgery. It's like a $10,000 surgery, and now they could see again. So he was like helping give people their sight. And, you know, I've noticed people, you just can't make anybody happy anymore these days. Like, he's going around doing good for people who probably, you could say, need it. And it's always like, you know, people are always, oh, he should be helping his community. He should do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, bro, you guys didn't even work. Like, you didn't even work to get to the level of him to get where he's at. He can do whatever the hell he wants with his money. You know, and that's the interesting thing I think is about MrBeast. And I'm not trying to throw this next person under the bus, but when it comes to philanthropy, MrBeast is making it cool. He's making it cool. And people don't understand that. They'll be like, oh, if you do something nice for someone, or if you're generous, do it behind closed doors. No one needs to know. Da, 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 da. We're in a different age. We're in an age of social media. And people will magnify shootings, beat downs. They'll magnify everything negative and make you feel like we're in a dystopian nightmare, but they won't highlight when people do good things. And I've come to a new conclusion. Like, it's not showing off, but it's actually making it cool to be a generous person, to give back, to almost work to have this level of wealth where you can do some fun things and give back to other people, other cultures, whatever the case may be. And I think making it cool to give back is dope. That's what I honestly think. You know, I don't see Jeff Bezos. I don't see Elon Musk. And the thing is, people who have that type of money, they do philanthropy, right? We know Bill Gates, what type of philanthropy he does in Africa. Everyone getting that zoom, right? But I think this is cool. I think it's cool to make, I think it's better to create a trend of showing doing good works than making trends of all the negative, evil, violent things going viral. I think it's cool for good works to go viral as opposed to the latter. But anyways, let's hear what Asman is talking about. I really, dude, I love his clips channel. I like the way they edit it. It's quick to the point. We have a combo, keep it moving. So we're going to rock with him for a few.
I will explain it because other people refuse to. The reason why they think he's evil is because he is using funds to help black people in Africa who he thinks are not deserving of that help. He thinks that the money will go to waste and it will accomplish no end goal. Bad take? You want to scroll down? I'm going to facilitate the birth of tens of thousands of people who will eventually starve to death. Why don't these people donate their millions into their own communities? Africa before MrBeast, Africa after. This has 1.2 thousand likes. An African tribe's first encounter with Sprite. Let's go ahead and look at the comments to this one, huh?
Let's not.
The post is true, though. Africa's gotten over $1 trillion in aid, and it's still the same. You're proving my point. They don't want to say it because the Overton window hasn't shifted enough. 183,000 likes.
Damn. That's crazy. So essentially, they're alluding that it doesn't matter if they help them. That's what they're alluding to. I think a kind gesture is a kind gesture. That's just what I think, right? You know, people will be like, why doesn't he do this in his own community, meaning in America? Which I don't understand why people talk like this. They must just be absolutely ignorant and oblivious to what Mr. Beast and his brand is. This dude literally does videos all over America, all over the world now, but all over America, where he gives away millions of dollars to contestants. Wouldn't you say that's his community? Wouldn't you say that's Americans? So it I just don't understand how you could condemn a good work. Now, you know, Mr. Beast, I wasn't rocking with his whole like he has a homie who was that dude Chris on the show, and it's you know kids gravitate to this show, and you know me personally, I try not to have my children watching things where they're trying to make certain activities and trending topics seem normal, let's say. And with Mr. Beast, that was with his friend Chris. And you know, the early stuff, there's no signs of it. Then all of a sudden, it was just like, oh, what is this? Like, you know, I just, I lean into you know the more traditional way of things, especially with raising my kids, because I believe the truth is being distorted. The visual, visible truth of the human experience is being distorted, and they're magnifying certain things to make it seem like it's normal when these things aren't. And I'm not tripping on people for being themselves or doing their own thing, but it's just, you know, when you see the trends in America, you know, anyways, that was always my qualm with Mr. Beast's content. I was just like, man, he's kind of tripping by having this, you know, this person. And then if you go into some of the scandal of it, it seems kind of dark. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. Um, Now, as for this, bro, I think raising water or raising money to get people water in a country that doesn't have access to it is an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. And yeah, maybe it might not change. It's going to change. You know, they're like, oh, Africa's still going to be this afterwards. But I don't know that to be true. I don't know that to be true. It might look a certain way, but you would be so surprised at how one good gesture to the right person can have a ripple effect for ages. For ages. And I think knocking people for doing generous acts, I think this needs to be the wave. I rather this be the trend again. I'll say it again. I rather people go viral and trend for doing good deeds than all this violence, negative, evil nonsense that we see the algorithm push all the time. So I don't know. I wanted to just look at this, see what Asman had to say. Um, I've seen a couple of things like this. People will be like, they're always knocking Mr. Beast for the type of games, you know, oh, you have these poor people playing games for money. They're willing to do all this. And I'm like, bro, this is not real life Squid Game. They're literally playing a game. They're having fun. And the craziest thing about Mr. Beast is almost anyone who goes on his show gives him money or they give people money or something. Because even the people who lose at the very beginning, he's like, well, you're out, but I'm just going to go ahead and give you $2,000. You know, he's probably the most generous creator I've seen on the interwebs. And I think that's dope. And so, regardless of the criticisms I might have for him, which really was just in that time period of, and I'm not trying to, you know, it is what it is. People are going to be people, man. When I'm talking about his content with his homie Chris, that's me as a father, right? And my kid loves Mr. Beast games. She loves it. She's 7 or about to be 7. And she says always, can we watch a Mr. Beast game? And I always have to look because I don't want her exposed to certain things until, you know, until it has to be or until it makes sense till she's a little bit older. So that's my only qualm. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I've been thinking about this because I see these conversations going back and forth. They'll be like, he's virtue signaling, trying to show off, da 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 da. And I'm like, is he? And even if he was, this is better than virtue signaling. Like, it's better than showing off, you know, nonsense, like stunting. Like, I'd rather see him go put water wells in Africa than him pull up in, you know, the nicest Range Rover, the Bugatti, like da da da. I think this is dope. I think this is dope. Anyways, I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Anyways, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.
City boy, city boy.